guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, jumping in with my February faves. Yay! I haven't done a faves, I think, since November because, well, December was pretty crazy, and in January I did the 31 Days of Tarot that was put on by Ethany. And yeah, things have just been crazy busy. I mean, doing readings, mailing off my Wally's World decks, my salves that I was making, my, mailing off sprays, and also, I have my teaching job. The track and field season, the 2020 track and field season started for my athletes. So I've been working with my brand new high jumpers and my returners, and yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. I like being busy, and it's a good kind of busy. It's all the things that I love to do. I actually have a good amount of things here to show you guys. The reason I like fave videos is to kind of learn how people utilize the things that they already have, or maybe if I'm looking for something and I see it in somebody's video, I'm like, oh, okay, like that's kind of the thing I was looking for, or whatever it may be. So for me, I think it kind of gives people ideas. Plus, it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm a little nosy, but it's kind of interesting to see what people really connect with, and kind of what works for them. And also I think it helps us get a better idea of that person, so that's what I like fave videos. Let's jump in with the first thing. A Blankie. I love this Blankie so much. I think I got it in January, but with our changing weather and everything that we've been having here in San Diego, where it's like super hot and dry, and then it's like cold and rainy, and back to super hot and dry and cold and rainy, I've been really liking this Blankie on the bed. It's nice and cozy. I actually like to keep it on my lap when I drive to work. It makes me feel like I'm still in bed, but I'm going to work. And actually it glows in the dark, so all the words on here and all the stars, they all glow, and they all have happy little words like love and relax and comfort, harmony, peace, so I call it my magic Blankie. So this was definitely a fave for February. And I guess while we're still in that realm, I will show off a pair of shoes that I got, and I get a pair of athletic shoes once a year, and I do it when my track and field athletes go to Road Runner Sports here in San Diego, to kind of help raise money for the team. So everybody that shows up for that particular night, money that's made at the store is sent back to our program. So and also we get discounts, the athletes and the coaches, on shoes. So if I'm gonna save some money, it's gonna be that once a year. And since I'm always working out and going off and doing things, I wear down my shoes pretty good. And you never realize like how worn down your shoes are till you get into some brand new shoes, and you're like, ooh, this is what cushy's supposed to feel like again. But yeah, I'm a hardcore lover of Asics. I've had Asics since I was in college. We were sponsored by Adidas when I was an NCAA athlete, and then later on we got switched over to Adidas, and it's just like my feet and my gait, the way that I run is just, it works really well with Adidas. So I tend to get the same style of shoe every single time. It's the stability, because I overpronate. Yeah, I just make sure I get a different color, but they totally had my colors this time, and I was like, ooh, so yeah, these are my brand new Asics. Ooh, let's go into Munchies. I am a snacky kind of girl. I need to have snacks in the house because I'm kind of lazy. That's why the dude does all the cooking. He's like really good. He's like a magician in the kitchen. He could just like grab some stuff, whip it up, and make it taste really good. Like we just had some really good cap steaks, and he made some king crab fried rice. It was so good. Like his fried rice is really good, but he's never made it with king crab. It was so good. And actually I have a little bit of my cap steak left over, and it is delicious. So I mean, I don't eat tons of meat, but I do have to have a certain amount of it in my diet. It works well with my little ticker. As you know, I have me some PVCs and tachycardia, and just it seems to help. So I have to have at least a good amount of protein coming from animal in my diet. So anyway, that was really delicious. Let me tell you, it was really rich too, which is why I couldn't finish it. Okay, other snacky goodness that I have. These, 1, 2, 3, 4. These next 4 things, they actually come from Costco. So if you have a Costco membership, they should be there. Or I'm pretty sure you can find them elsewhere. But I love broccoli bites. So all that's really in here is dehydrated broccoli, sea salt, and olive oil. Like, those are the ingredients. Yes, ingredients: organic broccoli, organic sunflower oil, and sea salt. Like, I like when there's just a few ingredients, like when you're at the basics and not with all those chemicals and preservatives and all that other stuff. So these are my favorite. I love me some broccoli, some little trees. And then another one that I love is the keto snack mix. I wouldn't say I'm like on a keto nutritional thing. I'm just on a thing where I have to have a balanced diet of my meat, of my veggies, of my fruits, you know, just trying to keep most of the sugar down or eliminated as best I can. But in here we have macadamias, pecans, pepitas, almonds, and cheese balls. Let me see, we got anything else in here? Nope, that is all. And just some sunflower oil. But it is delish. There is less than a gram of sugar in each serving, and there's 2 grams of fiber. So I always like to make sure that my fiber outdoes my sugars. Yeah, and this is delicious. And plus, you know, since I'm always running around doing everything, I'm out at track practice, I have snacks for school, you know, because we're kind of on a bell schedule, so I have to have stuff at nutrition break and lunchtime. It's nice just to have stuff that I can grab and go, because sometimes I have students in my classroom, and it's like I can't be like stuffing my face with a full-on meal, because sometimes the kids need help and then they come in at lunch, or they're retaking a test, or, you know, whatever it may be. So I just need stuff that's just like super quick. And one that I've been loving for a while, and it's probably made I don't know how many faves videos, is the Prana Organic Kilimanjaro. So this is what I have when I want to have a sweet treat, because there is organic dark chocolate in here, like really good stuff. So let me see, where do we get to the ingredients? Oh yes, ingredients: 70% dark chocolate, cashews, raisins, almonds, cranberries, walnuts, and sea salt. That's it. So that's good stuff too. So this is when I want my sweet fix. So that's my candy to me. Okay, and the last one, this takes me back to the days I was growing up in my hood. Chicharrones. So we used to have an El Tigre like marketplace. It was kind of like the grocery store, but there's like so many things you can get there. Pretty much everybody just speaks Spanish. I mean, maybe a little bit of English, but I love chicharrones, and I love me some authentic chicharrones, like when it's got a little bit of porks in it and stuff like that. But anyway, this is really good too, and you can get it at Costco, and it's a really good price. So yeah, it makes my like little Mexican heart sing. So okay, let's get into beauty and things that smell good. Okay, so first smelly good item is Daisy by Marc Jacobs. So I didn't get this for myself. This was a Valentine's gift from the dude. I've never worn Daisy before, but apparently he smelled it on one of the ladies that works at the bank, you know, when he was depositing his checks, and he was like, that smells really good. Like, what is that? And she told him, and then he looked online and found out, I guess there's a bunch of different types of Daisy. I don't know. I don't wear perfume too much. I usually would just wear like scents that I make myself. But she had to point it out for him, and he was like, okay. And so I really, really love this scent. It's like girly, springy, going into summer. Like, it's actually kind of my personality. So I've been wearing this every day since Valentine's Day, and it's happy. It's so fresh and so light, you know. Sometimes I like the like deep, dark, like mysterious scents, but I also have my light and happy side too. And so yes, Marc Jacobs Daisy is a really, really nice scent. So I appreciate receiving that for Valentine's Day. And one of the other scents that I work with, okay, so these next three things that I'm going to show you, they're part of my morning and my evening ritual. So I put, like it depends on, I guess, what oil I'm using. Depends on like what part of my body I put it on. But this is called the Sacred Goddess, and it's from the Witch's Bounty box. Maybe the Roots box. I think maybe this was part of the Roots box. The Witch's Moon Company. And it just smells so divine and smells so much of like female power. So I feel called to put it all over my forearm. So I just kind of like drip it across my forearm, and then I just like rub it, and I just kind of like feel like my arms are just like full of power. And so I do it morning and evening. Like after I get out of the shower, I kind of like oil up. And then the other oil that I use as part of my routine is the Revelare. And this came from, I believe, the Moon box, the Witch's Moon box. And this one I just pour out a little bit and actually rub it in the front of my legs. So like down my thighs to like my shin bones, and the tops of my feet. And I don't know, I kind of feel like this has a more grounding scent to it. So that's why I have it on my legs. And then, I don't know, and then this one is just like my powerhouse. And I feel like, you know, I do so much with my arms. That's why I have that. And then just to kind of top it all off, you know, like my little pss, in the morning and in the evening, is Money Draw, also from the Witch's Moon box. Yes, the Witch's Moon box. I had to look to see if it was the Roots or the or the Bounty box, but it does smell like money. It's very close in scent, I guess, to my own abundance spray that I make for my shop. I mean, it kind of goes in a different direction though, but it's got a lot of the same notes. So yeah, I'm like, bring in the money. So, okay, so I've been loving those for February. I've been using them every single day in February. And then the last thing, I finally made more of my beauty salve. So I have the Goddess of the Rose beauty salve, which was kind of like a, you know, it's like the ingredients finally all came together in perfect harmony, and I made like the perfect salve for my face. So originally it was like just for me. I was just looking for something that was light, and I hate spending tons of money on myself. So like going to Origins and, you know, getting stuff for my skin, and, you know, because I have, you know, like I have super oily skin, okay? And many people in my family attribute it to my Filipino genes. You know, we be some oily people, but it also keeps us really young looking, so hey. So yeah, I was looking for something that wouldn't be too heavy on my skin, wouldn't make me break out, but also I get kind of dry, like I get little dry patches like here, kind of like on my cheeks a little bit sometimes. And so I wanted something that would be good for all of that. So I created this salve using my own roses from my garden, and it takes me a little while to put them in the jar just like this and let them sit with sunflower oil, and later on I'll strain it out. Like this is new, so I just literally put this together in February because it was time to make more, and I finally whipped up batch 2 from some old jars that I had, and so now I have my Goddess of the Rose beauty salve back in my shop. But as soon as it was back in my shop, people, you know, of course it sells out quickly because it works really good for me, and it's working really good for other people too. So it's just good at really like clearing up blemishes and just kind of keeping everything balanced. It seems like it balances out the skin. And what I like best is actually it does have that really faint scent of roses, because, well, it's made from my roses, so hey. But yeah, so that's those are definitely my faves. Anything with my roses is my faves. Then we go into books, although one is kind of a journal. Okay, journal, then books. So the first booky type thing for fave is actually my journal. So I finally got to whip out a new journal for the new year, you know, so my old journal actually ended with 2019, you know, because I don't just start a new journal just because it's a new year. You know, I use it till the end, and it actually happened to coincide with December 31st. And I was like, oh, okay, I actually do get to start the new year with a new journal. But I really like how I've put it together. I just made it more me, you know, more collagey, more just like sticking kinds of random stuff in here. I have like little notes from friends and, you know, just pictures that I think is cool. Like my bank sent me like a little calendar with like my name on every page, and I was like, that's interesting. You know, so cards that are mailed to me. This is my well, it's partially my bullet journal too. So this is actually my word for the year, which is connect. I put in, you know, I do my readings in here. So I actually have to do my March reading. I've been really busy, but I still need to do my reading for the month of March for myself, just to kind of like look at all the energies and stuff like that. And of course, I've been doing a lot of diary writing and, you know, again, just some good stuff. So I'm really proud of my journal. Like I said, it's brand new, so I don't have tons of writing in it yet, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. And now we can actually go into the books that I've been digging in February. So there's one that I'm actually still reading. The other ones I've already read, but I'm still in the middle of reading because I started it in February, and it's still good. And it's Every Word Has Power, and this is by Yvonne Oswald. And I tried talking about it during my live chat, and people had said that it kind of sounds like the book The Secret, but I don't know, The Secret just didn't do it for me. I just kind of felt that there wasn't a whole lot of substance, you know, for me personally. But in here, it's got so many exercises, and it's written in such a clear way. You know, I don't feel like I'm being talked to like a child, but I also don't feel like sometimes when people are too into their academia, you know, where the vocabulary of their field may not match the field that I was brought up in, so I might not be familiar with that vocabulary. And so sometimes people go off on a tangent in their own like little thing, and I'm like, oh, wait, what? I have to look up some of these terms. You know, it's like if I was nerding out in English, and, you know, somebody who comes from a science background would be like, huh? Same type of thing. So yeah, I thought this was well written. It's easily understandable, and I think the exercises are a lot of fun. And also I like that nothing is sugar coated in here. It's like, hey, this is how it is. And I'm like, nice, I like it. So yeah, I'm really digging this. Just kind of, I've been paying more attention to the words that I use, both internally and when I speak to people, and just about situations. And it's just so interesting that when we bond as human beings, it's usually about negative things. And I'm trying to not get caught up in that, you know, where people are like, man, the weather sucked today. Yeah, the weather sucked today. Like, really? Can we just say the weather's been interesting? Yeah, the weather's been interesting. You know, that's definitely a lot more positive. Okay, so these 3 books that I'm going to show you now, I did read them. This one was a specialty book. They came in the Witch's Moon box for February. I tore through this box, or this book. I was just like, oh my gosh. So this was special made for the Witch's Moon. So you can see it's got the gilded pages, and it's Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. And I've already put like some of the artwork that they send us in our moon boxes and our roots boxes, and I just decided to put it inside, but it just is chock full of information, and it was so good to go through. So yeah, I was definitely digging this, and you can see that it's even specifically for the Witch's Moon. So I was like, ooh, I felt so special. Okay, and another book that I completely read and loved was The Complete Illustrated Guide to Crystal Healing, and this was a Christmas gift from my stepmom, and she signs all of her cards and all of her emails as your ESM, and I always sign my emails and my letters or cards as your ESD. So if you don't know what that is, your evil stepdaughter and her your evil stepmom. So this has a lot of information just on placement of crystals for whatever it is that you're working on, for stress or for sleep, or you know, if you're trying to work through things, for physical pain. There's a lot of good stuff, and it does talk about, like, generally you could use these stones if you wanted to align them with the chakras, but basically the book says that, you know, I like when there's a book that's like, go intuitively, like go with your gut with which stones would work best. You know, maybe you don't feel like a I don't know, a red stone for your lower chakras. Maybe you're feeling more of a blue stone, and there could be a reason for that, you know, and try it out and see, you know, kind of what happens. And I've really been liking that. There's some meditations in here. There's also a little bit about how crystals have been used, not like an exhaustive research, but how stones have been used in various cultures. In the back we have a little bit of kind of the makeup of some of the more common crystals and stones that people use, kind of what heart or chakra that it's generally connected to, its color, its luster, the subtle body, you know, it's got all kinds of stuff, and I found this to be really helpful. So I was like, oh, thanks, ESM. So yeah, and then the final book is a kid's book, but the dude knows that I am a sucker for cute things, and so he actually picked this up for me at the Natural History Museum here in San Diego in Balboa Park. I didn't know he picked this up. We read it together in the store, and then I didn't know he actually bought it, but it's Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug. You can already tell it's cute. I actually went through it during my live chat. You know, I read the whole thing. I mean, it was a quick read because it's a kid's book, but it's just really adorable, and I think sometimes we need just cute things and things that are positive and uplifting, even if it's coming from a children's book, in our lives, you know, because sometimes we're like, oh, I'm too adult for nice things anymore. Really? Are we too adult to be nice and to read nice things? So yes, I really like this one. And this one is by Jonathan Stutzman, illustrated by Jay Fleck. So yes, there's that. Oh, and I forgot to mention with the previous book, this was by Simon Lilly, in case you are wondering. Okay, without further ado, as I look at the time, let's get into decks, and that will be our final area for February. Febrero. Okay, so there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decks that I pretty much used throughout February. There was one that I used basically every single day, and I've still been using every single day, and I'm pretty sure it's my soul deck at the moment, and will be for a while. But the first thing is the Catro Oracle, and this is created by the person who made the Pookie Cat runes and the Pookie Cat Tarot, the Catro as it's called. But these are just so adorables. And I saw on Etsy that she only had one left that was already printed, so you know that she could sell it right away. Otherwise, the other ones had to be printed before they were sold. So I was like, yes. But they're so cute, and the keywords like catastrophe, who me? Like, actually, this reminds me, if only the kitties look like Loki, this would all be Loki. So it's kind of like my Loki deck. But yeah, you know, my screen name is Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, so kittens. You know, I'm gonna have something kitty-tastic. Speaking of kitty-tastic, my 2 sleepy boys are downstairs, my 2 little furry boys, my Puma and my Panther. All right, and then we have the White Fox Oracle, which I backed on Kickstarter, and I was so happy to finally get in February, and I've been using it quite a bit. It is adorbs, and I'm so happy to have backed the creator. Her name is Sabine Kazassis. Ooh, hold on. And I did a review of this, so if you check out my deck reviews, you'll see it. So I did a whole schmanchy thing with it. Let me put the little guidebook back in here. It does come with a cute little guidebook, by the way. And the edges are blue, like a blue-green, actually. Teal. Yeah, teal. So those are the backs, and these are the cards. And they're just so simple, but to me, they're kind of kawaii. Like, there's a lot of faces on things, like happy, smiley faces, like in the sun. And yeah, it's just cute. And it works well with how my intuition works. So I know, which is why I think there are so many lovely decks out there, and I'm glad that there's such an array of them so that everybody can find a deck that works with them and how they, you know, interpret the world around them. So yeah, for me, I appreciate decks like this. So yes, the White Fox Oracle has been awesome. And since I've been working with it, I don't know, I've seen more foxes in my life. So I probably should have a sit with that and see why fox medicine has come in for me. Okay, this other deck, the Chakra Girls Spirit cards, and this is by Sarah Carly Mentlick, and she lives in Escondido, which is here in San Diego. So I was so happy to, you know, purchase something from, you know, somebody who's semi-local. I mean, Escondido isn't that close to me, but it's within San Diego County. So anyway, here are the back of the cards. The cards feel so divine. It's that suede feeling, and I need to do a review of this deck, by the way. But yes, they're all chakra colors. Every chakra girl has a animal, and so the animal also has a message. But yeah, these are cute. These are adorbs. I've really enjoyed the messages. I mean, they're short and sweet, but I don't know, I just find them so poignant. Okay, so there is that deck. And then this one that I keep in here, I've taken it out of its box. I didn't throw the box away because it's actually a nice box. But that is the Hoodoo Tarot. And I first saw this one on Oyas Girl's channel, and I was like, something about it just, I don't know, it just reminds me of like the Filipino side of my family, like, and the way they work with herbs and the way they, you know, work with healing and work with the energies around them. It's just, I mean, it's not exactly hoodoo, it's obviously a different culture. It just kind of has that feeling to it though, and so I just felt really connected with this deck. So I love all the like reading, like I read the whole guidebook. The guidebook is fabulous, by the way. Oyas Girl gave tons of book recommendations if you wanted to know more about hoodoo, and not just kind of what's floating around as, you know, hearsay. And I think it's great, you know, and I even did some like Google searching and trying to find out like who some of these people are, and it just gave a richer meaning to the cards. And I don't know, something about it just feels so familiar. So yes, I've been enjoying the Hoodoo Tarot. This is my jam. And I realized that it is for some deep work. So I haven't been using it lots, but I love it. But we definitely go deep. Okay, and then the other two decks, it's actually by the same creator. So this is by Charlie Quintero, and I had this deck first for a little while, and then I got this one sometime last year, and it hasn't left my side, and I take it with me every single day, everywhere I go. I've done so many readings with clients for this. They love the artwork and the colors, and I don't know, something about it is my soul. But I've been using both of them. I think both of them, you know, work so well together. So I'll maybe do a little, hold on, pull some cards out, a little side by side. Okay, so here we have the moon, or sorry, go around, no, wait. Okay, yes, we have the Moon Power Tarot, which is interesting because it's in gold, and then we have the Star Power Tarot, and that's in silver. So I don't know, I kind of like that, you know, that's the color they chose for the edges, but they are that really shiny cardstock, and it has survived some water spills. And actually, I fell asleep with my cards one night, and I totally bent one of these, and I was like, oh, no, because they were all scattered in the bed. And you know what? Once I bent it back, they were perfectly fine, like not a mark on them. I was like, but yeah, so you can see there's this one has a lot more color, a lot more going on with it than the Moon Power Tarot does. I feel like it's a little bit quieter, you know, of an energy. I should do a little side-by-side video. Let me know if you would like me to do that. Like actually put the cards back in order and do like a little side-by-side. But I dig all the extra energy of the Star Power Tarot. But if I need something a little quieter, then yes, I'm going to do the Moon Power Tarot. So yeah, these have been pretty rad throughout the month of February. Okay, so there are those two decks, and then we get into the last few. So Susie Coyote's Okanagan or Okanagan Oracle. I don't know why I waited so long to get this one, and I believe I got this one in January. Yes, but I've been working with it so much, and this is like her photographs taken out in Canada, and I connect with the images and the keywords so well. Again, been using them in client readings, been doing meditations with them, I've been mixing them with tarot. Everything seems to go well with my Star Power Tarot, like so yeah. Oh, I love the rocks in the heart shape. This has been a fabulous deck, and I've slowly but surely been trying to make reviews, because I do like one deck review a week, and I always post it on a Sunday, usually, unless I have something else to do on a Sunday, then I post it earlier, like maybe on a Friday. But yeah, I will eventually make a review of this deck as well, so I'm making my way through. Making my way through. Okay, then we have the Mystic Rebel Oracle deck, and this is by the Merhipsy, and this was a gift from my lovely friend out in Jersey. What up, Jasmina? And this has some beautiful gilded edging as well, silver edging, and beautiful backings, and I believe that the creator has just come out with another Oracle deck, one that's just with crystals, but I have, you know, a few crystal decks, so I don't think I don't need another deck. So I'm kind of content with what I have, and I love this one, and I think I prefer this one over the new crystal one that she had just brought out. So, but I think that one's beautiful too. I keep telling myself, no, you don't need it, you don't need it. But yeah, this is just like trippy. It's like, it's the colors of my heart. Let's see. What is the message for me? Mystic Rebel. Detach and move on. Move on. Move on. Okay. All right. So then we have our final divination tool, because it's not really a deck, but I put it in with my decks. And that is Oracle Pogs, and this is by Moon Pumpkin. I did a review of this. I also got her expansion pack. I did a review of that. It's like a Halloween expansion pack. But how cute is this little backpack? It's got like these little witchy boots. I got my little alien thingy here. I got a little Tamagotchi with a little fluffy thing, and it's so 90s. And I got this little skeleton that's just hanging out in there. And it comes with this cute-tastic little composition book, which is actually your guidebook, and that it's just, the attention to detail is cray-cray. You get to choose the color pog that, or sorry, slammer that you want. And so I chose the teal slammer, and it's a treasure troll, which is in the middle, and it says, "You are a treasure." There you go. You guys can see. It's so cute. And I totally just like geeked out during my video that I made. Oh, and it also comes with a little cootie catcher. You know, remember these things? Also called like fortune tellers. I used to make a bazillion of these, by the way. Like I had so many in my bedroom. You know, like if you chose heart, H-E-A-R-T, and then I chose the number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. And then I choose the number 1, and the number 1 says drink water. True dat. I'm thirsty right now. Probably due to the fried rice that I ate. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these pogs. I won't pull all of them out but they hang out so well in the backpack, and then you can clip the backpack to like your real backpack or your purse or your belt, or you know, whatever you want to do. But these are the backs of the Halloween pogs, and these are the packs of the OG Oracle pogs. And so basically, if you don't know, they're just bottle caps. And I used to have so many pogs, and I had some pretty like awesome sauce slammers back in the day, let me tell you. So yeah, the images are just really cute. I like doing a little bit of divination, reading them the kind of way I would read like oracle cards or even tarot cards. So I think it's pretty rad. These are so cute. They make my little 90s heart so happy. Okay, so I graduated in 1999, and yes, we did play that Prince song nonstop. We're gonna party like it's 1999. So yeah, we were deep in the 90s, let me tell you. Anyway, that's it, you guys. That was my February faves. And ooh, you know who just walked in? My other faves. Exactly. Oh, yes, my boys, they are always my faves. Hey, Wally. And you know what you guys need? You guys need some pink tummy. Look at this pink tummy. No video is complete without your pink tummy. Yeah. We could make millions off that pink tummy, but we won't, Wally. We know. It would get too much with the paparazzi, then having to buy bodyguards, and you know, something. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my faves video. Like I said, these are just things that, you know, they're new, they're old, they're gifted, and they're just what I've been utilizing. And I'm always so curious to see what other people have been utilizing and how they've been utilizing them and why. And I think it also gives us a glimpse into, you know, other people's lives. And I think that's just always so fascinating, you know, how we, you know, want to connect with one another and how we do that, finding similarities in the things that we like. And I think that's, to me, what faves videos are all about, is just kind of seeing, you know, what do we all have in common, and you know, how are we using things, and how can we help each other use things that maybe we already have. So I'm just putting my little skeleton back in my backpack. But anyway, I hope you guys dug this. Please let me know in the comments section down below if you have any questions about anything, or maybe what some of your faves were for the month, or tag me in a video. But anyway, if you guys dug this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. Perhaps you want me to do a reading with any of the decks that you saw me show off today. And you could also purchase my Wally's World Oracle, which was community created and community funded. And Wally, I'm holding your Oracle deck again. I have room body sprays. I have my salves, of course, like my Goddess of the Rose Beauty Salve. I have tons of other goodies. And if you want to head over to my Patreon group, patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot, I have tons of stuff that I've been doing over there with my homies. I love doing a lot of interaction with them, and I've been doing like raffles, monthly readings, witchy live chats, crystal, like weekly crystal goodness, tons of other things. So definitely go check that out. And oh, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. It's free, and that's actually on my website, thekittensweightsandtarot.com. Where I am just like, it's once a month. I don't spam your email. It's just like one newsletter a month where I'm like, hey, here's a DIY project. Here is a spell that you could do. Here's the deck that I'm using for the month. Here's the crystal that I'm using. Here's the herb or the tea, you know. And I think people are really digging it. So definitely sign up if you're interested in that. And that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you in March's faves. The March of the Faves. So anyway, I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.